and then go back to this little tab, and we'll see if anybody, it takes about 10 seconds before people start to come in. Hello. Hello, Howard. Hi there, Kevin. Can you do me a favor, guys? Could you just say hello or something? This is not me doing some kind of internet webinar marketing strategy. I'm just literally want to know if you can hear me. So if you can, Chris, you can hear me.
I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
So I don't see why they wouldn't be able to hear me. Of course, the problem is that you don't know whether they've got this automated in the little room. Ah, there you go, Kevin. Great. So you can hear me. That works perfectly. Right. Shall we start? This is Chris Badgett. There. That's Chris.
Yeah.
I think. Don't know if it's going to be there or there when I do the recording, but this is Chris. If you were listening to the WPBUILDS podcast several weeks ago, we had Chris on talking about Alaska. No, talking about Lifter LMS. I got really sidetracked about the fact that he used to live in Alaska and do incredibly cool things. But he's here today to show us Lifter LMS and what it can do. Just before we begin, could you do me a favor? If you've got any questions, if you look in the little chat box next to the word chat, you should see the letters Q&A. If you've got any questions, please put them in the Q&A section, and I will ask Chris the questions. But he's basically just going to show us around, see what there is to see. If you're a bit like me, new to learning management systems, then this is going to be right up your street, because I think we're going fairly straightforward. But hello, Chris. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, Nathan. I'm stoked to be here.
You're very welcome. Just before we actually start and get him doing his stuff, he's very kindly offered, for the duration of this call and for an hour afterwards, you can get 30% off the first year of your Lifter LMS subscription. There's a cool feature in this platform, Chris. Watch this. This is great. I love this. Look. Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah, a little thing sweeps in from the side. So you can click that button. I'll put it up periodically throughout the webinar unannounced. And if you click the Get It Now button, then you can get yourself some cash off. But that's for now until an hour after this podcast finishes. So, right, I will properly hand over to you now, Chris. Do you want to click the share your screen button again?
Yeah, let me hit that bad boy.
How are you anyway? You all right?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
Let's see. Am I sharing?
It's coming. It'll be a couple of... Yeah, I got it now. Yeah, so I can see Lifter LMS.
On the website? Okay, cool. And I'm not going to be able to see you while I'm screen sharing, right?
That's okay. I'm not very attractive, so that's probably a good thing.
I think you are. You have a wonderful voice too.
Thank you so much.
I'm stoked to be here with the WPBUILDS audience. I'm really among my people. There's several times in my life where I've found my tribe, whether that's in my early just kind of outdoor rock climbing, hiking in the wilderness kind of days, to my Alaska days, to my WordPress days, to my entrepreneur days. There's many times in my life where I found my tribe. And when I first discovered WordPress in 2008, so I've been in this industry for about 10 years, I thought the WordPress community was much bigger than it actually was. And as I went deeper inside of it and developed myself as a regular old WordPress user, learning how to use WordPress from YouTube videos, over time, I've gone the full spectrum. I've built sites for myself. I've blogged. I've made sites for clients. I started freelancing. Then I started building an agency, hiring other people. Then I merged my agency with another agency and started doing really high-end membership site, course site, WordPress sites. And then I went over onto the product side of the business. So I've pretty much seen all sides of WordPress, and it's great. It's a great community of people with all kinds of diversity and interests and specialties. But I really get this community, so I'm just honored to be here today.
Thank you. It is. It's a great thing. I love being in WordPress. We've got a WordCamp London starting tomorrow, actually, and I'm going to be heading down to that and meeting people in the real world who I've
that's
met
fantastic.
on computers. Yeah, it is. I'm really looking forward to it. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Right.
But to really add the most value to the listener, yes, please ask questions. And really, this is a big topic. Like, learning is one of the main functions of the human animal and what we do. And there's all kinds of angles on e-learning and online course websites, training-based membership sites, coaching, online communities. All this is possible with Lifter LMS. It can be a small, simple, like one course website, or you can scale this up to a multi-instructor online school, with tens of thousands of concurrent users in there. It's highly scalable. But I think to kind of get into it, I started as a course creator. In my transition from Alaska to WordPress, I just started blogging on the side actually about outdoor leadership. And I started getting into this online entrepreneurship space, and I wanted to build a digital product. So I took my interests with one of my interests. I'm one of these guys that has a lot of different interests, but one of my interests is in organic farming, sustainable development. My academic background is actually in anthropology. Long story short, I started building websites, or I should say courses in the organic farming and permaculture niche. So I started as a course creator, and that's really what's kept my finger on the pulse of like what this market needs and what this WordPress user needs when they're building course sites, and what are all the nuances of memberships and engagement and all these different things. But if we look at the Lifter LMS website here, I'm just going to click on courses over here. And actually, we're on a subdomain. This is actually a page built with Beaver Builder. But this is a Lifter LMS install here. And in this case, I have 8 courses here available for purchase. And this one right here, and some of them are free, some of them are paid. This one's actually a free one. We use this course to market our product, basically by showing people, I can talk till I'm blue in the face and talk about the features and benefits, but this is actually our #1 driver of sales. So if you're in the WordPress space and you have an agency, or you're a freelancer, or you have a product, I've just found that education-based marketing, specifically in the form of free and paid courses, is really a powerful tool for lead generation. So this is a basic Lifter LMS site with, this is like our getting started course, which actually doubles for, it helps market the product. It's kind of that show, don't tell me kind of thing. Like, well, if you're going to take courses, or just try it, like see what it's like, as opposed to just reading like a features grid. So this is here, and you can get into it, and we've got like the progress tracking, the syllabus over here. These are some widgets that come with Lifter LMS, like the progress bar and the syllabus widget. You can put anything you want in a lesson. Vimeo Pro and Wistia are very popular for embedding your premium video content. You can put audio embeds in there. You can put PDFs, worksheets. We have quizzes and assignments and stuff that can go in there. There's really no end to what you can put inside of a course. And if you want to customize the layout, you can blow apart the course or the lesson layout and rebuild it with your favorite page builder. All these components are modular, these things that make up a course template. So you can build custom layouts if you want to get more advanced. But sort of in that same theme of scaling up, for maybe all you ever want is a one course website, and you don't want to use page builders, and you're using like a free theme, and you just want to keep it simple, we got you. If you want to go like really advanced multi-structure platform, page builders in the mix, tons of like marketing automation and syncing with your CRM and stuff like that, that's possible. We even have like a social learning add-on. I don't have it installed on this site, where you can create like a private Facebook-like community on your website. Think of a lightweight version of BuddyPress that that is not, it's more simple and focused specifically on the needs of online learning. But without getting too much into just like the features and benefits, I just kind of want to show you what it's like in the back end, since this is a, we're here in the WordPress community, but I just wanted you to know what's possible with the front end. So courses, we can add coaching, we can add the community. Like we have a private areas add-on if you want to have, like, let's say a $500 course and then an upsell for a $5,000 coaching package where that customer gets some private content on the site just for them. There's stuff like that you can do. So this works really good for experts, coaches, teachers who are wanting to blend in some online into their classroom stuff or in-person workshops. But I've got another site over here. This is just like, imagine we were just doing a simple one course website here. In this instance, I'm actually using plain WordPress, no page builder. I'm actually kind of pushing the boundaries of what's possible with the Gutenberg or the new editor, and just kind of working within the confines of Gutenberg and the blocks that Lifter LMS has for, using the new editor to build out a layout with, various components that are part of the course, like, the pricing tables here, the progress bar, the syllabus. So I'm using the Astra theme here, and I believe I'm using the Astra Pro plugin. You may have a link to that on your deals page, maybe.
I think I've got a link somewhere, but it's a good theme, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really popular within our community at Lifter, and it's also, works great with Beaver Builder and Elementor, which are really, popular as well. This site, do we have the social installed? I'm just looking at what we have here. Oh yeah, so I do have our not private areas, social learning add-on installed. And you can see here where I'm just kind of drilling into, this is like a Facebook-like community here. It's not as advanced as Facebook. We're not building everything that Facebook has, but if you want to have like a private community for your members or your students to interact with each other in private, you can do that. There's also a lot of settings where you can make this public. For example, if you are doing some kind of certification program and your students have bragging rights and they want to show off like their profile of what they've learned and what they've been certified in, you can actually open these up. So that's just something to think about.
Do you find those? Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt. Do you find those kind of that engagement is really beneficial? Let's say that I'm beginning a course, and I guess Facebook, it's all about getting you back to Facebook, isn't it? All the time, back to Facebook, back to Facebook. And I suppose it's the same. If you've got a course, you want people to be in there all the time, regardless of whether they've finished the videos or not. You'd like to keep them coming back and be involved in your little community. And I suppose that's quite powerful.
Yeah, so I go through a little exercise, like as a WordPress product entrepreneur, where I look at my life. I'm old enough that I remember the world pre-internet, but I ask people to think back to a time when you had a really incredible learning experience in your life. There was content, like there was information, which is what we think of as courses, and like we're going to use videos since we're modern and stuff like that. But in a learning experience, there's often a teacher who's kind of giving some personalized feedback or a guide of some kind. That's the private coaching part, the individualized learning, the mentorship, the live interaction. But oftentimes, I would ask you who's watching this or listening, there were probably other people around you too, and you were kind of learning together, whether that's on some kind of sports team, just hanging around, out messing around with your friends, or in a traditional academic setting, whatever it was. The social component is a part of learning. Humans, with our mirror neurons and the way we talk and the way we process ideas and integrate ideas into action, is often a social activity. So we do find that, and you'll hear like in the digital product space, you'll hear testimonials out there where students on successful course platforms, they will say things like, it's like a membership site, right? Which has like a monthly fee or an annual fee. And you'll hear the comment like, I came for the content, but I stayed for the community. And that community thing is no joke. And there's lots of things that people can do to create community. There is the conversation on the website, whether that's what I was just showing you with a social wall, like a feed, or you can have something more organized, like in the WordPress space, and use like bbPress forums, or inside Lifter LMS, you know, even down in the courses themselves. This student's not enrolled in anything, but there's, you know, comments on lessons where conversation can occur. And really some of the best, there's no content in that one. Some of the best like engagement stuff that people are doing is they're blending in live interaction. So they'll use something like Zoom or GoToMeeting or Google Hangouts and bring in a community element that way. So, but I'm a big fan of social learning, and I see, I see the platforms that work, especially when there's a recurring revenue element involved, that there is some kind of thriving community, whether that's on the website, on Facebook, at like an annual event or regular meetup or whatever. It's an important piece.
I think with when you buy a course, an online course, you often you kind of make the assumption that you're going to get some videos and that'll be where it ends. But that little bit of extra interaction, especially from the person who's put the course together, I think is great. You know, it makes you feel a bit special and a bit like you've got a bit more value out of it.
Absolutely. So there is downward pressure right now in terms of pricing on courses that are just content, like video and stuff like that. You mentioned you were making a joke at the beginning of this webinar about internet marketing and like a webinar gimmick or tactic. One of the things that's happening in the course and membership site industry is people used to be able to sell courses for a couple $1,000s without putting any interaction in there, and that's becoming harder and harder to do. So I encourage people to think about adding some kind of social component or coaching component to increase the value. And at the end of the day, we're not really selling information. Our course, people don't buy a course because they want a course or they want lessons or they want 6 modules with 47 videos. They want a result or a transformation in their life. And content and information is a part of creating a transformation in the life of somebody. But often that community and the mentoring and the personal attention is it's also part of that story and much more likely to get good results for the student. So I'm just going to go into the back end of this course here and take a look in the back end and see what this looks like in WordPress.
Okay.
So I've got a course here. You can see this is Gutenberg using the blocks, and I'll show you an example with Beaver Builder on a different site here. Like this is the Lifter LMS pricing, access plans, the progress bar. And up here, if I open up the block editor, let's see. Why isn't that opening? There we go. You guys are familiar with this, but when you're using Lifter LMS, there's the pricing table, the continue button, there's information, progress, the syllabus, the instructor block, there's lesson navigation, and the mark complete stuff. So these are various blocks you can build to kind of customize your layout. And coming down into the pricing area here, I just wanted to show you this. Lifter LMS has a very powerful, its own native e-commerce system. We do work with WooCommerce if you want to, but any kind of pricing model you can come up with, you can run through Lifter LMS checkout. So we have a Stripe add-on and a PayPal add-on. And this is right now, this is a one-time payment of, or no, this is an annual payment of $320 every year, forever, lifetime access to the course, no trial offer, not on sale. This over here is the second pricing box, which is like a payment plan, $140 every month for 3 months and lifetime access. And this last one here, which I currently have hidden, so there's different reasons to hide a certain access plan. Like let's say you make a special deal for a certain company and you just want to send them a link. That's what this purchase link is here. But I'm going to make this unhidden and show you what it looks like. But this is a course plus coaching upsell for $10,000. So for an annual fee of $10,000. So I'm just going to update that and we'll look at that on the front end. And so part of what makes Lifter cool is, and this is one of the problems we wanted to solve, is over time there has been a lot of pain in the WordPress community of trying to squeeze what it's beautiful, and it causes problems like trying to plug all these things together to make a course or membership site work. So from the beginning, we wanted to streamline the experience. And let me see what I did wrong. I'm not seeing that. Must not have hit the save right. We want to streamline it and bring together all the membership functionality you need, all the course and LMS and the reporting and all that functionality. All the e-commerce, all the gamification and engagement, we roll all that up into one with Lifter so that you still are going to want to use other tools that you like and enjoy, like a page builder, for example, or there's a really cool tool called WP Fusion that syncs your WordPress site with your favorite CRM. Yeah. They have specific Lifter integration. That is a really cool tool. So, but we have solved a lot of the common things. Like if you think about a membership plugin, Lifter LMS does everything that any membership plugin does, and it's a full-blown LMS. So what happens sometimes is we see some people go to a membership plugin, and then they decide they want to get into courses, and they try to start adding LMS features to a membership plugin. But it's all right here, like for the kind of all-in-one solution if your membership is training focused. Like, I mean, there are memberships like coffee subscriptions and things like that where you do want a membership plugin. But we want to give people a way to do it kind of all-in-one. So I'll show you what that looks like on the front end here. So you can see here where we've changed this to have, you know, a course plus coaching upsell for $10,000 or whatever. And of course, if you're really skilled at what you do and your time is limited, you can only take on so many clients. So the pricing for coaching really just depends on the person in the industry and how valuable the result or transformation is. And if you're, this is where I cut my teeth as a WordPress freelancer and agency owner, is we focused on this niche of kind of coaches and high-end trainers. And so in working with a lot of those types of people all over the world, it was what they kept asking for that we were always building from scratch that kind of became this product here. And it's a great niche, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. If you're looking for, when I focus my WordPress freelancing and agency business on training-based membership sites, online course sites, everything got so much easier. The marketing, the getting new clients, getting clients to stay for longer, charging premium pricing, raising the rates, you know, discovering a project. It just became so much easier. And it's a really good niche because when you find an expert who's already established, let's say as a public speaker, a book author, just some skilled person or subject matter expert that's already making money through that expertise, they're really good clients. They pay their bills, they see the value in you, and they're just looking for a technology partner to help them get online. So it's I just want to encourage you to explore that niche if you're looking to specialize. I started blogging about my work in this niche as I was just making courses myself. I literally, nobody read any of my blog posts or very few. Then all of a sudden my phone started ringing, emails started blowing up. I had people putting me on planes and flying me to places to consult. And that all came from specializing in this one niche. So I just want to throw that out there. So yeah, we were looking at the e-commerce piece. You know, this user, I'm just looking at what they have. My user hasn't earned anything or hasn't enrolled anything, but you can have the courses. You could have achievement badges, like as people complete courses or modules or pass quizzes and stuff, they could earn little badges, little gamification. You can have certificates, which is really popular. Another great niche within this area is continuing education. There's a lot of subject matter experts out there that are disrupting traditional continuing education channels, you know, where people go to like an in-person location or conference to get their mandatory continuing education credits. There's a huge opportunity in this niche and for just development and streamlining of programs. But I wanted to show you a membership here. So I'm going back to our training site, the Academy here.
Okay.
And this has, you know, we've got some courses here, and let me see where this one is. I don't think I have it set up in the menu. Let me just bring it up here.
So you can have multiple courses within the one website, as we've just seen. There's no limitation for.
No, we have customers with like universities with these massive catalogs, but
wow,
it just varies. It varies. So this is kind of a joke. This is me in a Lamborghini.
400 million. Yeah.
This is me in a Lamborghini in Alaska. One of my friends, his name's Simon. He's a helicopter mechanic. He actually built this car from scratch.
Wow. Wow.
And there's only 50 miles of road in Juneau, so we would go out on that for fun. But anyways, I'm also just kind of making fun of the make money online industry because it's kind of hilarious, really. Yeah. But so this is one of my memberships. A membership is not a course. So a membership in the world of Lifter LMS is to sell bundles of courses together. So if you want to, let's say, lock down the entire website and all the courses and the forums and the digital downloads and everything to like one membership and have a couple payment options, you could do that. You could offer like a degree program that goes through some of the courses, but not all the courses. And you can also just bundle other things that are outside of the courses, but are part of your website. Like if you have certain custom post types or pages or even parts of pages on your website that you want to sell access to, in addition to courses or instead of courses, you can do that with Lifter LMS memberships. But I just want to show you in the back here as we edit.
So a membership is something that you pay for. You pay for the membership, and that gives you the access to the site, and then you bolt on what the membership allows you to see on the site. Is that, have I got that the right way around?
You're getting close. So
okay. That's good.
It is a sticky point. The main way that Lifter sells is what's called access plans. So courses can have access plans and memberships can have access plans.
Okay.
And if I'm just selling like a one course website like this, I just set up this course right here to have 3 access plans, one pay, a payment plan, and then a coaching upsell as an example. But if I had like a whole bunch of courses and I wanted people, whenever they buy my membership, to automatically get enrolled in these 4 courses and get access to a forum and access to a page that has a bunch of downloads on it and stuff, I would use a membership to sell that.
Okay.
And then all the auto enrollment stuff can happen so that you can just instantly, somebody buys, they get like 10 courses ready to go at 0% progress on their student dashboard. And I love being a part of the WordPress community. I just want to give a shout out to who else I'm seeing here. This is WP Fusion. I'm using, you can apply tags in your CRM. So I don't have that set up for this membership because nobody's going to buy my $1 million. But so basically, WP Fusion allows you to. I'm an active campaign user, and if you want to build the bridge from WordPress and Lifter LMS to active campaign, WP Fusion is a great tool for that. But not just on which course or membership did they buy. Do you want to apply tags to? They have. WP Fusion allows you to apply tags based on, a certain lesson completion, a pass, a fail on a quiz, which payment plan did they buy, all kinds of little nuances. And Affiliate WP here is also just a really great, affiliate or WordPress-based affiliate program. Course creators, as they, validate in the marketplace, and it looks like it's working. A lot of them want to scale up through affiliate channels, and affiliate WP works great for that too.
I think it's probably the most common way of WordPress users
definitely
growing their audience with that exact plugin. It's used by pretty much everybody.
Yeah, it is. And this right here is a cool little feature. If I wanted my course or my membership to have a sales page, so I would imagine in this audience, there's probably some people that are pretty good at building a sales page with a page builder. You could you could have the sales page for this course be a different page on your website that you just max out with all your page building, conversion, optimized, beautiful design. You can do that and then just link your buy now buttons into the Lifter checkout flow. So that's a very common way of doing things. Like this, I'm kind of pushing the limits of what Gutenberg can do. But with a page builder, of course, you could get much fancier. And if you want to build your own just totally custom sales pages for your courses or memberships, you can do that as well. Let's see what else. Let me go back to the site here. Just talk about the Lifter LMS website. Just to go over how Lifter works, we have a couple bundles, and we have individual add-ons. So there's the core Lifter LMS plugin, and then these things down here, like if someone's just going to buy one plugin from us, they're going to buy the Stripe add-on just to do the credit card payments. And we do have our own theme. We do have like a graphics pack, so like a bunch of certificate backgrounds, achievement badges for gamification, text messaging integration. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with forms. So we have like formidable WP Ninja forms, gravity forms. So for example, if you wanted somebody to fill out a form before they could complete a lesson, you could require that and force that using our integration there. Or let's say you wanted to build a really custom enrollment flow, like through a multi-step form, or just wanted to collect all kinds of data in Gravity or Ninja Forms or whatever, and have that tied to the Lifter enrollment process in ECommerce, you can do that. Twilio is for text messaging.
Yep.
We do have MailChimp and ConvertKit as native Lifter LMS integrations. But if you need something else, you're probably going to end up wanting to get WP Fusion, which is quite popular in our community.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot there, though.
There is a lot. And these things up here, these are like our premium add-ons. So the difference between the Infinity Bundle and the Universe Bundle is the Universe Bundle is all the e-commerce, the forms, the graphics, and like Twilio, the text messaging and stuff. But there are some advanced features of Lifter that can also be bought individually, or these are what's in the Infinity Bundle. So the private areas allows you to do the coaching, where you do one-on-one content on your site. So an example would be, let's say right after somebody buys the option that has coaching in it, they get a private post in their dashboard that's like, hey, here's a link, schedule your first coaching call with me. And then you're going to do the coaching call. You're going to record the video. You're going to put the video inside their private area where you guys can then have a private mentoring conversation around that. The social learning we just looked at briefly adds the social network to your site.
Yep.
Advanced quizzes gets into, Lifter has, I think, somewhere around 17 different question types you can use in your quizzes. And some of those are included in the core plugin, but some of the advanced stuff like the uploads and the long answer requiring manual grading and the fill in the blank stuff those are in the advanced add-on. And then we have an assignments add-on if you're going to have people be turning in stuff or completing checklists and things like that. And then this is a little different here. I'm actually really excited. I've been doing this for 2 years. Office Hours Mastermind. This is a benefit of the Infinity Bundle. I run this every single week. I've been doing it for a couple years. Some people buy it individually. Most people get it as a value part of the Infinity Bundle. And it's like a live tech support, but also strategic mastermind. Because course creators, I'm actually running that in an hour and a half from right now. And there'll be a bunch of people in there. I take the agenda. People are going to have marketing questions, WordPress questions, instructional design questions, list building questions. And the really cool thing is I'm not the guru or keeper of the knowledge. I'm a guide. Literally, I came from I'm an outdoor tour guide type person. I realized very quickly that yes, I do have a lot of answers. I've worked with a lot of clients who are successful in this kind of thing, but there's also a lot of wisdom in that room, and course creators tend to be really isolated, or entrepreneurs in general. They're not always hanging out with other entrepreneurs in their day to day. So I had no idea when I launched this program that there's people in there that have been coming every day since day one. It's once a week. But that's what the Office Hours Mastermind is. So that's a really cool bit of value though, because if you run into a problem, you can just show up and ask anything, can you? Yeah, no matter what. That's the thing. It's not. That's really good. The interesting thing is I started it. I literally called it Office Hours, and I was there to do live Lifter LMS technical support. But what ended up happening is people started asking entrepreneur questions or teaching questions, and we started getting into it. So it literally, I tell the story that I accidentally started a mastermind because I didn't even mean to. Most people try to start one. And then I'm like, it's a lot of value too. I mean, some people charge a lot of money for a mastermind, and just to have it more as a value add, and the really committed people or the people that are really invested in just proving it, it's a great value. Well, I'm imagining that a lot of people that are watching this will be able to cope with the technicalities and all of that kind of stuff, but presumably you have quite a large audience and a large client base of people who've never touched really WordPress, and they've just decided, right, I'm going to go for it and put a course online. And the fact that you're there once a week, you can just stock up all your questions, get on the call, and get your answers. I can't think of anybody that does that. No, normally it's, it might be a chat widget or a email support, but to be there once a week religiously, that's amazing. That's really good. Yeah, it's just part of our brand. We decided we always wanted to be approachable and and really engaged, because it's what we believe in, and it's how we've designed our tool to help people create engaging platforms where people have maximum odds of learning and getting the results they're looking for. So we just practice what we preach, and it is a wonderful thing. And also, I just wanted to add, there's a portion of our audience are like website builders, freelancers, and agency owners. And we get into those issues too, like where not just like I'm an expert and I'm building my first website, but also people who have course builders and authors and speakers as clients, and they're doing like kind of advanced marketing stuff or the coaching program or whatever needs to have all these different elements work together. This is the stuff of, us WordPress people, is we're always like building out the vision.
Yeah.
And so there's some of those conversations as well, which is a lot of fun.
Would you say that Lifter LMS is sort of suitable for somebody who's never really touched WordPress? What I'm thinking is I've not really had a need to deploy an LMS for a client ever before, but I know that that's what a lot of people do. Is it the kind of thing where you can kind of build it out and then say to the client, right, there you go, off you go, you're on your own? Is it simple enough to use? I'm just wondering also if we could maybe have a look at the like what a post looks like for creating a course, what the options are, sort of metadata and things. So yeah, let's tackling the first bit. Is it easy to use for a client? Would they have a problem, do you think?
It does have a learning curve in the same way WordPress has a learning curve. That being said, like this course right here on the Lifter LMS Academy shows you how to go from nothing to your first course up for sale in 20 minutes.
And this is free, right?
Yeah, this is a free course.
Yeah.
So it is possible, and I've been blown away, and I take it as a big compliment when someone's like, I'm actually really surprised how many people we're their first introduction to WordPress. Yeah. And this is not the easiest place to start when you're getting into WordPress. Like doing a blog or having a brochure website is much easier than building an entire like training platform or even just one course. So to answer your question, we have the same thing that WordPress itself has, which is there are very new beginner, non-technical people. And then there's like these crazy advanced, WordPress freelancers and agency folks, developers who are building this really complex stuff. Like there's a guy who was doing he was running like a really, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name, so I'm not going to say it, but he was running an internationally known like live streaming event that's known all around the world through a Lifter LMS site. Like there's people just go super simple and also to the far extreme. So it's for everybody, but I don't want to sugarcoat that there is a learning curve.
Yeah.
But to answer your question about how to build it, I'm just going to go into the back here. It's a lot easier, just like with any WordPress project, if you have like your content together before you start. But so I'm in courses here. I'm going to click on add course, and I'm just going to give it the WPBUILDS RD course, and we'll just put some content in there. And I'm going to give it a featured image.
So just because I'm a bit thick, is the language course is an umbrella word meaning the lessons go inside a course? A course is like the multiple lessons inside of a course.
Correct. So the hierarchy, if you will, is at the bottom is a lesson, which can have a quiz and or an assignment associated with it if you want to. Above that, and then lessons are contained within sections. Some people call those modules. And then those are contained within a course. And this will make sense right here. So I've just created a course that has a title and a little bit of content and no lessons yet, right? Yep. So the next thing you do is we created something called the course builder right here. So you launch the course builder. Oops, I clicked on something. Here we are. This is the course builder. And basically, this allows you to build an entire course from one screen. So I'm just going to create a section called Introduction. And think of these as like chapter titles.
Okay.
Table of contents, and then I'm going to put a bunch of lessons in here, another section, some more lessons, section, lessons, and so on. And this is where I just start working it. And I'm giving my lesson a title. There we go. So, and you see here like where the WordPress icon is. So if I click on this, now I'm over into the WordPress editor. And, you know, at its absolute simplest, I would just drop in a video link, you know, like a Vimeo Pro, like put that in there, and then now I have a lesson, all right?
Got it.
And then let me go back.
Oh, it's all organized inside there as well. You could see what the structure and the hierarchy of all the lessons were with inside.
This is WordPress. There's always like 3 different ways to do stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a blessing and a curse. But so if we look at this, oops. And I want to add a quiz. So I can start adding a quiz. And I can start adding like questions, question types, and you get the idea. And there's lots of different there's lots of different questions and so on. But this is basically how it works. You know, it's kind of like if you think about building a website, a course is just like a bunch of post types that have relationships to each other.
Mm.
And, you know, you can have like a super simple, like 5-lesson video course that just has video lessons, or you can get like super advanced and build these like programs that have forums and coaching and community and all this stuff. So,
is there any kind of point where it begins to be too large? That is to say, you know, you've got so many bits and pieces hanging together. You've got like 500 courses and 20,000 members and all of this kind of stuff. Is there does Lifter suffer from any of those kind of problems that we know WordPress is capable of having, shall we say?
Well, our early large customers helped us figure that out. But there are big sites out there like Sean. I can share this publicly because he mentioned it on his blog, like WordPress 101.
Oh yeah.
This is powered by Lifter LMS, and he's mentioned that he has over 30,000, I think, people in here.
Okay.
But these are all different courses, different instructors. What else does he have here? He has a help forum. It's a really nice site. It's been around in our community for a while, and you know, he's got a blog post about why he switched over to us like 3 years ago or whatever. But I'm just bringing this up to share an example of a larger site that has more going on that's doing just fine.
So that in answer to your question, in answer to my question, if there's 30,000 people in there, that's pretty Titanic, isn't it? And it's ticking over fine. I guess like everything else, you've got to have the infrastructure in the back end just to make it work.
And this course or this site right here, this is just, you know, we use this to help support our customers and also do just a little bit of marketing and stuff. This one has like 18,000 people on it. I'm on this is on Pagely, but it used to be on just a regular WP Engine account for quite a while. And this website is getting like 60,000 hits a month. And it has lots of concurrent users, and it's doing just fine.
Good. Well, that's good to know. One of the questions is there a question about your competitors, I suppose? Any advantage of using Lifter over, for example, LearnDash? In particular, LearnDash has been mentioned, so maybe Bob is trying to juggle which one to get.
Yeah, it's a great question. I probably don't have the best answer because, and let me tell you what it is, which is I've literally never used it. I don't know what it does. We've built Lifter from the ground up by focusing on the needs of our customers, and that's it. So we focus on our customers, not the competition. Lifter is built around their needs, the people using it and the people building sites for people who do that. However, that is a very common question. And in our Facebook group, we have there's about 5,000 people in the Lifter LMS Facebook group. That question comes up a lot, and people say all kinds of different things that have used both, or switched. So it's a good place to like see some conversation around it. But Justin over at LearnDash, he's a great guy. I'm sure the product's good, but I think that question's best directed towards people who have used both. And the place I would recommend going is the Facebook group. That's just where people are. There's people there who have used all kinds of stuff, membership plugins, Teachable, Udemy, everything. So if you're curious, like how do you compare, that's a good place to go.
Yeah, get it from, I guess it's difficult for you to, especially if you haven't used it before. And also, if you know the Justin, go to the Facebook group and check it out. Ask some questions. There's bound to be literally thousands of people who've tried both, I would have thought. Speaking of trying it, sorry, I'm gonna click this magnificent button just because I want to. Look, did that do anything? Look, you get an offer sweeps in from the side. I'm just going to leave it like that. If you want to get 30% off, you can, but you can only do it whilst this call is ongoing and an hour after we finish. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. I do say there's a couple things that I just really want to note that we focus on, like in terms of that question is like what makes Lifter unique or whatever. One of them I mentioned was like the all-in-one nature. Like we are really focused on that issue because people build, unfortunately, what I call the software Frankenstein. And it becomes unmanageable at a point, and especially in the hands of a beginner, it can just get out of hand quickly.
Yeah.
But that's one of our advantages that we hear people say over and over again that they love. So all-in-one solution, the e-commerce, the membership, the LMS, the course, the reporting, the gamification, the engagement, it's all there. The other thing is just the focus on community that we have. So Facebook group, live office hours, podcasts, a couple hundred episodes deep, just about stuff, not just about how to use Lifter, to just help support our people and introduce them to good people and good ideas. And really just being engaged. Like we do live sales calls. We have, when someone becomes a new Lifter customer, even if they don't buy the office hours mastermind or the Infinity bundle, they still get access to a weekly call for the first month because we're really committed to help. It's a different call. They're called liftoff sessions, but we're really committed to helping people get set up and running. We know what it's like to build a website. And we are known for having amazing, responsive, don't stop till it's fixed, detailed, regular support, technical support. But sometimes it's just easier to jump on a call and get like 57 questions answered really quickly and just move on. So we're very engaged with our community of prospects and users in that way. And then the other thing I would say, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, well, I will, but you keep going.
The third, I'll just leave it at 3, is this is our secret, which is I care a lot about our customers, but there's somebody I care about even more, which is our customer's customer. And when we design the software, when we support the building of the website, the person we hold at the highest is not Sean, as an example, over at WP 101, it's Sean's customer. Is Sean's customer able to get in, learn what they need to learn, get results, get support, go through the checkout process, whatever, like, is the learning working? Are people completing the courses? Are people getting value out of the lessons? Are they easy to navigate? Do people know where to click on, where to go? Is it intuitive? How can we improve the interface for Sean's customers? These are the types of, so a focus on learner results, results-based learning. This is what drives us and organizes our thinking. Because you can imagine as a platform plugin, there's a million different directions we can go on in terms of features and stuff like that. But we'll end up with like a 7-headed Medusa thing if we did that. we focus on what do people need to actually learn and complete the course and enjoy the process. That's how we stay organized and focused.
I think that's great. And the standout thing from this webinar is the knowledge that you do this once a week podcast, live kind of call-in support session. I think that's really great.
It's not. I just want to add, it's not a webinar either. It's a meeting, so people are there. They can unmute themselves. We have a conversation. It's for the people.
So it's you can actually speak.
Yeah,
that's great. A couple of questions. Maybe we could go to your pricing page because this question is about pricing. Can you explain the pricing? The question says, I remember seeing that Lifter LMS was free. Yeah. There's a /free page apparently. Can you please clarify this?
Yeah. So am my screen still sharing?
Yeah.
So Lifter LMS has a core free plugin. And you're right, there is a page on our website down here, LifterLMS.com/free, where you can sign up and get the free plugin. You can also just go to the WordPress repository and install it there. If you go inside any WordPress website in the world and just go to plugins, add new, and then type the word LMS, Lifter will come up number one. But this is the free core Lifter LMS plugin right here, which is the backbone of it's the core of everything. So we have free, and then we have kind of the next level is where people want to get like a payment gateway. So they'll typically get one of our add-ons, like for example, the Stripe add-on here for $99 a year, right? Or they decide they want to get the PayPal add-on for $99 a year, or both. It's very common for people to have a credit card checkout and a PayPal option. Okay. And then, if they decide they want to integrate with MailChimp and they want to use the form integration, they're out $400. They might as well get the Universe bundle, which includes all that and more.
So you can go completely a la carte if you just need a couple of things, but the economics says once you've bought 3, you may as well go for the Universe bundle. Yep.
And then the Infinity bundle does all the third-party integrations, the payment processing, the forms, the text messaging and everything. But then that's when you get into the premium Lifter LMS advanced features, like all these different advanced quizzing question types, the assignment system. These are $199 a year each, or you can just get them all. The private areas, private coaching system, the social learning system, and then the live office hours community mastermind. That's all comes in the Infinity bundle. So the Infinity bundle is the everything. And so to your question earlier in this call, when we were talking about the who's this for? Is this for a beginner or advanced? It's not the right answer as a marketer or whatever, but it really is for everybody. Like if you want to do a simple course, you're bootstrapping, you just need to validate your idea, go use the free Lifter LMS plugin. It has a manual payment gateway in it. Somebody can indicate their interest to buy. You can send them a PayPal link, get your sale, and then approve them into the course. If you want to start a little higher up on the tree, I would just go get the Stripe add-on, get started for $99, go build that website, create the first version of your course, and get it up for sale. And I just want to add, too, that some of the most successful course creators in our community and just in the industry in general, they just have one course. They just keep making it better and better and better year after year, launch after launch.
Yeah, good point.
And that's cool. It's be careful before you start doing all these different things. It gets a lot harder to manage. But then if you are a coach, like if you're looking at building a community or having that upsell for private coaching, which is very valuable. If you're more of a professional teacher where you need to do all this like manual grading and review inside the platform, with the advanced quizzes and the assignments where people are turning in stuff or taking pictures of things and you need to grade it and leave comments and all this, you're probably going to want the advanced quizzes and assignments and all that. And now you're in the Infinity Bundle. So that's how the pricing works.
I guess, Bob, the free version is available. But if you want to be charging, then yeah, go and have a look at the pricing page and pick up the ones that you want. However, that being said, I'm going to press this button again because I don't know if everybody's seen it enough. There it is. If you want to make use of 30% off, then you've got an hour basically for that to be working. Get 30% off anything for the first year with the code WPBUILDS, all capital letters, and yeah, go and make use of it and get yourself. Well, go and buy the Infinity Bundle. You know, make Chris Badgett's day. It's just occurred to me that it's gone dark whilst this webinar's been going on, and I've just seen a picture of myself. I look like some sort of ghost. Sort of. Look at me. That's really weird. Anything else you want to add, Chris? Because we're over time already. We've got we're 1 minute beyond where we should have been. Is there anything you'd like to say? Any Twitter handles you want to drop? Email addresses or anything?
Yeah. So I'm really invested in the course creation community. I'm a course creator myself. I'm on a personal mission to help improve and transform education in the world and entrepreneurship. Go check out my podcast called LMS Cast. Just do a search for that. 220 shows or something are on there. A lot of interviews with people.
It's good going. 220. Wow.
It's because course creators, they have 5 areas they need to be good at. And technology, this WordPress stuff that we're talking about, is only one of them. You have to be able to be an expert, a teacher, a community builder, and an entrepreneur. And unless you get the bases covered across all those 5 hats, it's difficult and challenging. So the podcast can help you become more well-rounded. And this isn't just me. This is all these people and expertise that I'm pulling together to help these course creators find success. So go check that out. You can also find me on Twitter at Chris Badgett. And yeah, so I'm around. I like to I do go to some word camps here or there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it to London, but
this weekend, yay!
yeah. Yay. I'd love running into people. If you ever see me at a conference or something like that, I'd love to chat and hang out. And thanks for the opportunity to be on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just before you go, Bob's written 4 questions in the space of about a minute. Can I quickly throw them at you?
Yeah, let's do it. I don't have anything right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any options to archive test results?
Archive test results. So let me show what that looks like. So I'm going into the back of here, into the reporting, and I'm just going into a quiz. I don't know if this person took a quiz. Let me go back. So somebody's like taking a quiz here. I'm just kind of showing you what the grading interface looks like. And there's a lot more detail. Like I need like a whole webinar to get into like quizzing and assessments. But basically the student from their student dashboard can access their past quiz and assignment history, as well as the teacher. And then in the reporting itself, down at the bottom, there's this export button. If you need to get data out of here and get it into a spreadsheet and all that stuff, there's stuff you can do with that as well. So
okay. I have a client that needs an LMS that allows test answers to be reviewed before taking a new test. So some
Totally
kind of impediment.
possible.
Yeah, you can block access to the new test until they've aced the other test. Okay, so that can be done.
Yeah.
And Paul Lacey has said hello.
Hey, Paul.
Thanks, Paul, for joining us with 1 minute, 1 minute to spare. You're welcome, Bob. Yeah, I think that's it. We've got no more. Oh, have we got any more questions? What's that little thing saying there? No. I think we've done it. You'll get a recording of this. I'm just going to stop